Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about, can you survive what is coming? Now, this goes along the same lines as my live stream I did, where I talked about who's going to survive, right? But after looking at the video and thinking about it again, it's can you survive with everything that you have, the prepper, has going on? Meaning, can you find the holes in your prep to make sure you survive whatever's coming? The holes in our prep, guys, are what might end up killing us, because we are so focused on just prepping, just preparing, just getting what we need. We're not looking at the holes in our preps. We're not thinking of the hard questions and putting ourselves in scenarios, or wargaming, if you will, scenarios on things that could happen. And the more wargaming we do with our preps, the more scenarios we fictitiously put ourselves in, we could find the holes in our prep and seal them up, ultimately saving us heartache, heartbreak, and death. Because if you have enough holes, guys, and you don't check them out, you don't look at the problems that you're going to run into, because you're saying, I got food, I have guns, I'm good. If that's it for you, you are undoubtedly going to run into problems, and you're possibly going to get hurt, killed, or probably worse, everything taken from you. Survival attitude is going to take you a long way. It's going to get you through this, but you're going to need three things with those survival attitude. You're going to need mental readiness or mental preparedness. You're going to need survival readiness, and you're going to need problem-solving skills. If you don't have problem-solving skills, well, we're going to get to that in a little bit. But survival readiness, guys, that is thinking of every situation you possibly can be in and figuring out how to get out of that situation. That's survival readiness. That is wargaming every possible situation, guys, even the unlikely situations, and wargaming all of that and thinking, how would I get out of this situation if I ended up in it? How would I adapt to the situation if it happened to me? If my house burned down, where would I go? If I ran out of food, what would I do? And all the other in-betweens you need to think of. That's going to help you survive. Now, guys, just because you have all of this in place doesn't mean you're going to survive. It's going to raise your survivability. A lot of people have to understand that. Your survivability, guys, goes up the more you think your way out of certain situations. Now, with mental readiness, or mental toughness, if you will, that is more important as well. Or not more important, but that is important as well. Because without mental toughness, guys, without mental readiness, you won't be able to handle half the shit you're going to see. You're going to see some fucked up shit. We're going to hear about some fucked up shit. And you have to be able to handle whatever comes your way. All of it, guys. Every last bit of evil that's out there, you're probably going to see, and we're going to hear about it. And there's nothing we can do about it other than learning to deal with it, and in some cases stopping it. But even if you stop it, you might still have, let's say, post-traumatic stress behind it. If you hear it or see it, you're definitely going to have post-traumatic stress. But you're going to have to learn how to put that shit away while this is going on. Because to start breaking down and having nightmares and night terrors, wetting the bed, sleepwalking. Sleepwalking, there's nothing you can do with, and neither is wetting the bed if you're sleeping. But seeing all of these things, guys, it's going to have a mental toll on all of us. Now, some of us, we can turn the shit off. Some of us that do turn it off, it might bother us in the long run. We're not saying we're immune to it. We're just saying that a lot of us can deal with a lot of these high-stress situations. And the high-stress situations you're going to be in, guys, is going to be compounded with the shit you're going to see and the things you're going to hear, right? So, again, to be mentally ready for what's going on, that's pretty fucking hard. Now, to be mentally ready for the high-stress situation, there's a lot you can do. There are courses you can take. I would say read books to open you up to the situation, but you need to take courses on mental readiness and mental toughness, because a lot of things, guys, that you're going to see, not even those classes can teach you to deal with. You're going to have to deal with it. Even death in the family. Death in the family is something that a lot of people cannot cope with, But if you want the rest of your family to survive, you're going to have to deal with it. And you're going to have to cope with it, at least for the duration. Problem solving, guys. Problem solving is a big one. You cannot be a prepper without problem solving skills. That is something that every prepper needs to develop. A lot of people do not talk about it because it's not fancy. It's not a glorified topic. It absolutely is a glorified topic. It's a topic that a lot of people need to address and confront, because if you don't have problem solving skills, guys, you're fucked. You have to, again, go back to the whole, survival readiness and war game every situation that can happen and come up with a solution or a plan or something close to a solution with these issues, guys, because again, problem solving is going to get you out of a lot of situations. Problem solving before it happens is going to prevent a lot of situations and get you out of a lot of situations. So if you do not have the problem solving skills that you need to get out of certain situations, and which is pretty much all of them during a shit hits the fan scenario, you need to develop those. You need to work on problem solving skills if you want to survive the shit hits the fan scenario, whatever that is, guys. Because the thing that is coming this way, or the things that are coming this way, are going to be pretty fucking bad. And we're going to have to figure out a way out of all of it, guys. Because at some point, guys, we are going to be on our own. And it's not going to be cops and firemen and garbage men and doctors and nurses and dentists. We're going to have to figure this shit out for ourselves. Repairmen are not going to be fucking there to repair whatever problems you have in your home that breaks down. You're not going to have a plumber there for you to help you out of a flooding that you might have because of a backed up drain. You are going to have to problem solve all of this shit on your own. Now with all of that, guys, arrogance will get you killed, 100%. There's no place for arrogance in the shit hits the fan scenario. There's no place for arrogance out in the wilderness. Now, I did a video about arrogance in the wilderness, which was one of my earlier videos, probably 3-4 years ago. I'll link it here. Arrogance in the woods, guys, will get you killed. Arrogance during the shit hits the fan scenario will absolutely get you killed. Thinking that you are the end-all, be-all, thinking that you are a sniper when you're not, thinking you're a survivalist when you can't fucking, light a match in the woods, that kind of shit will get you killed. It's actually false arrogance, because you're arrogant for no reason. You're arrogant based on one or two things you've done and not most of the things you've done. And it's okay to be arrogant, it's okay to be confident, but when you are super arrogant and no skills, that'll get you killed. Weakness, guys. Weakness is another one. You can't have any pussies in your group, and you can't be the pussy either. Lady or gentleman, you guys cannot be pussies. During a shit hits the fan scenario, guys, you guys have to make decisive decisions. You guys have to fucking stand your ground, and you got to be the fucking wall that protects your family. You cannot buckle under pressure. You cannot be indecisive. You cannot give in to bullshit. You have to push through, and you have to be that strength. Weakness is not allowed during the shit hits the fan scenario. Now, indecisiveness, guys, I mentioned that a couple times just a minute ago. You have to be decisive on decisions you make during the shit hits the fan scenario. You can't hem and haw about what you're going to do. You have to fucking make that decision and stick to it. This is why, going back to mental readiness and survival readiness, is why you war game a lot of situations. So that when the situation pops up, you just make the fucking call. You just go, this is what we're going to do. So you plan it out ahead of time, guys. You plan out whatever strategy you have to unfold at that time. You plan it out. So when you're done, you fucking run into that problem, you implement your plan. So that you're not sitting there going, well, what do I do and how do I do it? You already know what you're going to do. And even if it fails, guys, even if it doesn't work, you tried it out. You fucking made a decisive decision. But when you are indecisive, guys, indecisiveness can get you killed. Not that it will, but it can, right? Because if you take too long to make a decision, somebody might die. If you take too long to make a decision, you might miss the opportunity to get your family fed, sheltered, or protected. So again, indecisiveness can kill you. Not that it will, but it can. Now, guys, those of you who are accepting what is coming, those who truly accept what is coming are probably going to make it in the long run. They're probably going to survive whatever comes next, because we are already wargaming whatever situation might be headed our way. We are already accepting the fact that what's going on is going to get worse, and it's going to turn into nothing short of a nightmare. But if we know that nightmare is coming, we can absolutely handle it without problems. We'll be able to handle, guys, whatever comes our way, because we saw it coming. We had this feeling it was coming. Whatever it is, guys, we know something bad is coming. So a lot of us are going to make it, or going to fare better, than most. Those who are in straight denial are probably going to be the ones that don't make it, because when it happens, they're going to sit there and be like, what the fuck's going on? Meanwhile, we know what's going on. Therefore, we're going to be able to move forward a lot quicker and react a lot faster than those who are unaware or have their head in the sand, if you will. All right, guys, so other than that, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.